The path of an angel. I could see why that's interesting to some people. Very well. Before we begin, I merely ask you to not judge this world. Some of these characters may be dear to some people's hearts, but every world's different, and some may not align with your views. I merely ask you to not blame the world for the state it's in. It had no control over it, nor did the protagonist of this tale. It shall begin in three, two, one. Why am I here again?
We need to ask you a few questions.
What's with the cuffs? You know full well these can't contain me.
They are required. You can snap out of them if you want.
Nah, I'll keep them on. Why not?
Okay, we need you to ask a few questions.
About what? The first or the second war?
The second one, we have enough info on the first.
Okay. Ask away.
How did it start?
Well, there I was, walking around, minding my own business, and I turn around and I just see an entire army of biblically accurate angels.
When you say biblically accurate,
I mean, they're the most scariest thing you ever seen. There's like eyeballs surrounding their eyes. Their wings are made of eyes. It's really creepy. I know, it's terrifying.
okay. Second question, how did your first meeting with the Archangel of Lightning, Raphael?
He tried to punch me. It did nothing, and I started beating the snot out of him.
He's a very powerful foe. How in the world did it not do anything to you?
Well, you see here, fun fact, in order for an angel to harm a human, they have to find a vessel, and, well, they all thought I was just a demon, which I'm sorta am, but I'm more or less human, so I could punch them, they couldn't punch me. So I had a bit of an advantage.
Why did the angels attack?
Two reasons. One, they were kind of jealous that I ended the war. They didn't.
Yes, the first war with the ancient general.
Yes, Shayla.
Its name was Shayla? That's its actual name. That's what the devil named it.
Yes.
Alright, I can't say I was expecting that, but hey, go Shayla.
Anyways, after me successfully beating the crap out of the strongest archangel, everyone kind of just started laughing. He did not like that, and, well, you know what happens next.
Yes, the hell portals, the sins, and a bunch of angels attacking people.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell us what happened in between each of these. I simply need to give us a list of who and who isn't dead. The four archangels.
They're all dead.
We know you're lying.
Okay, fine. One of them are alive. And I'm keeping their identity a secret for his sake.
Okay. Which one's alive?
I'm a man of my word, and you can't get the info out of me. We both know this.
Fine. Describe each fight with the archangels.
With pleasure, my friend. So your first on the list was Gabriel. He was able to cast illusions. Kind of beat the snot out of people with them. They weren't effective on me. The fight didn't go long, and I just kind of took his blood and drank it.
What were the effects of angel blood?
Well, like the effects of demon blood, they gave you a headache. That's for sure. It's not pleasant, to say the least.
How long do you think your abilities were last?
Not a clue, to be honest. We weren't sure beforehand. We're definitely not sure now.
What do you mean?
Well, first I was on the Sins' blood, which those last for a while, and they were amplified by a ridiculous amount. Now I have a bunch of angel blood, which amplified the previous abilities, so it's hard to say how long I'll have them.
Interesting. Alright. Moving on.
Yes, the next Archangel, I can never remember his name. Was it Nerdin? His name's not important. Anyways, he was just ridiculously beefy, to say the least. He chucked walls at me, kind of Kind of was the head of an ego, to be honest. Just like shining lights in my face.
Yes, we are aware of his abilities. What happened when you drank his blood?
It allowed me to, like, make mini suns, sort of. I could blind demons with it.
Could you blind angels?
Some, not all. Okay, the next one is... Well, actually, I only got into a fight with... Not even a fight with all of them. The next guy kind of just was a bit of a pencil pusher, to be honest. He didn't really get into a fight with me. He kind of just pretended he did. I swung once, and he kind of just pretended to be knocked out. And, well...
Before we continue, I must ask, what happened to Envy?
Envy's dead. I killed him.
Our sources says that's not possible.
Well, I have the one weapon to actually kill him.
Yes, the Halo gun, I believe you called it?
Yes, I dug it up and used it to finish the job.
Our sources said he had access to Angel Grace. What are the effects of that on his body?
Well, you already see footage from the first time I got into a fight with him. Imagine those abilities, but on steroids. They were faster, smarter. I barely made it out of that one alive.
Yes, and he had a weak point on his back.
Yep, except that weak point was now fortified, and I had to break it open with, my favorite ability, dashing.
Here, look, just save us both the time and give us a list of your abilities.
With pleasure, friend. Let's see here. I can analyze demons' weak points. I can dash. I can shadow dash, which just allows me to dash through items. I can shoot fireballs. I can now do lightning, illusions, and make mini suns.
Okay. What was your fight with the fourth Archangel like?
Well, that was an interesting one. But before I tell you that, let me tell you the build-up to it, if you will.
Very well. You're going to tell us even if we know.
Yes, because why not? So, he basically, the Archangel Raphael, tried hacking into a bunch of cameras. Well, tried to. He wasn't really good with technology. He had to get, like, several humans to help him. And started broadcasting messages.
We are aware of those messages. They were all targeted against you.
Yeah, they were. And, no one really listened to them. A few demons did, but they weren't really much against me.
To be fair, you have gone by many names, and not all the names were exactly appealing to demons.
Which one? The Sins Killer, the Devil Chaser, Heaven Crasher, that's a new one. Angel Slayer.
You go by a lot. We get it.
Alright. I'll get to the point of it. So, my fight with Raphael was, well, a thunderstorm, to say the least. He was more powerful than most people let on.
Powerful as in...
He took me to a separate dimension, just so he didn't harm the planet.
Okay, carry on.
I got struck down with one of his bolts. It wasn't enough to kill me, per se, but it definitely roughed me up. And, well, in that moment, I was left with the choice. Either I die and reality itself is twisted beyond repair, or I got up and fight with my everything. And, well, you can judge by the lightning powers, I won.
Yes, and we're all grateful for that. Now here's a more important question. Where's Kaz?
Castiel? Oh, good luck finding him. I don't know where he is.
Our notes say he was guarding a portal, the original one to hell, and we have a bunch of others now to keep track of.
Knowing Castiel, he's either trying to find a way to close the other portals, or finding more angels to help guard them.
Yes, as far as we are aware, demons aren't a threat.
The demons we let out aren't a threat. Don't get me wrong here, most are kind. Not all. Some can be very dangerous very quickly. So, here are the two reasons I came here. To give you a simple warning about not touching them, leave it to the professionals and ask them questions, not me.
You were the only person we could get an interview for.
Alright, fair enough. Thing number 2. Try to put me in another box. Next time, the box won't be standing.
Noted. We'll ask next time.
Very well.
Before we go, we have a favor to ask you.
I feel like it was pretty clear. I'm done with the wars. This is the last one.
We're not asking you to fight in a war. We're asking you to fix a catastrophe. Or a potential one, anyways.
Catastrophe as in...
World altering. Your little fight with Raphael triggered something somewhere else.
That being...
Let's just say something very dangerous cracked and leaked something into our world.
Okay, that being...
There are two people that look exactly like you, minus the horns and the halo, and currently have two different stories that I've already interrogated. Are you in with help?
Alright, on one condition. I would like to talk to these two personally before we do anything.
Granted. Anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, how do I get out of these cuffs peacefully?
Cut the camera right now.